for joining us. Today is a bit different. So Jason and I will be asking Jono questions.
Yay!
So do you have anything that you want to ask Jono?
Let's start. Yeah, first one I can think of is as a coach, what's your biggest peeve? Like, what annoys you the most? I'm straight on the negative end.
Gee.
I might hear some home truths.
I guess I don't know, it's funny to me that, I guess, when people come to me that maybe haven't been training much and, you know, they come to the gym and they think that they're going to get huge, like straight away, like they'll say to me, oh, I don't want to get too big, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking it takes a lot of effort and a lot of work to build muscle. So I guess, yeah.
So you think people like have this image in their mind that by lifting a weight they're going to turn massive within a
it's like within a few weeks they're just going to be like bigger than me or something.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, I guess it doesn't annoy me. I guess it's funny to me that people think that way. That people have been sort of conditioned to think that it's like you just lift a few weights and all of a sudden your muscles just pop out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess it's just a misconception, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so my question is kind of a spin-off from that. What do you think about girls that approach you and say, "Oh, I don't want to get too big"?
I think that obviously they just have the wrong information, and I guess a lot of the people out there, I think that a lot of girls out there.
I was going to say, do you primarily think that is girls that probably think that rather than guys? Because
it generally
most of the guys I know want to get jacked, don't they?
Yeah. Mainly girls. Like, it doesn't annoy me, but I just feel like that the wrong information's out there.
Yeah, it's a misconception.
Yeah.
So what would you say to a girl that approached you and said, "Oh, can you make a plan for me? But I don't want to get too big."
Well, first of all, I would ask them what their goals are, and if they want to drop weight or they want to build muscle, or a lot of people say, "I just want to tone." You know what I mean? Or what does that mean? Does that mean you want to just you don't want to build any muscle? You just want definition, or you know what I mean? I think that people need to be more specific about their goals.
Yeah, because I think social media makes them think that toning is basically growing muscle and dropping fat at the same time.
Well, I think
they don't understand how that works.
I think a lot of girls think that toning is actually not building any muscle, but just bringing out definition.
Yeah.
But I think that to get the shape that you're really after, you are going to have to build some muscle.
Yeah.
It's not going to be you're not going to be huge, but you do have to develop some muscle to bring out some shape that you're looking for. Unless you're happy with just sort of having a thinner look, I guess. It depends what look you're going for.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think the general look that girls want is to have a bit of shape these days.
Yeah.
They want some curves.
More athletic figure.
Yeah, athletic. They don't just want to be a stick thin figure. So you're going to have to lift heavy. Like, for a girl, you're not going to be able to bench press 100 kilos, but you can still lift a decent weight for your level. You still push yourself. You don't just grab a 5 kilo bar and do 50 reps. You know what I mean? You want to actually put the weight up to maybe 12, 15, 17 kilos.
It's got to be some resistance or to push yourself a bit.
Do more hypertrophy, which is 10 to 15 reps.
Yeah. Stick
in that range.
This is interesting. It's interesting for me because obviously, training to be a PT, you say that comment about people come to you and say, "Oh, I just want to tone up."
Yeah.
It's obviously through my studies I'm learning that you've got to push them to actually give you a goal a bit more to get actual specific goals, whatever it is.
I think when people say they just want to tone, it's as if they don't want to put in the effort.
Yeah.
Toning is the easy way out, but when I hear toning, I actually think if you want to get definition and shape your muscles, you're going to have to train hard.
Yeah.
And you are actually going to have to stick to your diet.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the time your diet is what creates the change.
It's key, yeah.
Sure, you have to train hard as well and do the right amount of reps and the right amount of sets and the right exercise to shape your body, but if you're not eating right, you're not going to see the results that you're after.
I actually think no matter what the process or what your goal is, it's going to be hard.
It's going to be hard, exactly. There's no easy way out, or whatever your goal is. That's the truth. So I think for me as a trainer, what I tell people, what works for me is I genuinely love training. I love it. So if you start your working, make it fun. Do exercises you love to begin with. Get addicted to it. Get in a routine and enjoy it. And then the results will come easier. If you're just doing, oh man, this sucks, this is hard, and you're always, complaining when you're working out, and it's not for you. You're not going to stick with it long term. It's going to be a fad. It's going to be a phase. But if you want to make it a lifestyle, train the way you enjoy. Eat the food, because there's different plans you can go on. You don't have to do one strict plan. There's different foods and ways and methods that you can, adapt to use. So.
Well, I have another question for you then.
Yay.
What is your favourite part of being a coach? What do you enjoy most?
I enjoy helping people get results, and I get inspired when people want to push themselves, and when I give people goals and ask them to train and lift and do things, and they actually want to do it and they want to push even harder than what I'm telling them to, that inspires me. It's an awesome job for me because I like helping people when it comes to lifting weights.
Yeah.
And
it's called spotting.
Spotting.
No, I do.
Yeah. I guess it's like people who are into childcare because they love kids, or this is what I love. I love lifting weights. So if I can give back and help other people, I feel like I'm helping someone in their life. It changed my life.
Yeah.
So I know if I can show people the way when it comes to lifting weights, it can change their life as well for the better.
Definitely.
So we spoke about it before. It gives you a positive mindset as well.
Absolutely.
It's not just the physical; it's the mental as well.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, the gym environment's a good place, isn't it? It's like you say, it becomes a haven if you get passionate about it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Sorry, question. As a coach then, you say you get gives you a buzz to see success in others. From your own personal point of view, do you feel envious, or I know you say you feel proud, but as a coach, do you feel? I know you're obviously talking about competing yourself this coming year. How do you think is a question, round it off into a question. How do you think you're going to cope with coaching and prepping yourself?
I am not envious or jealous of anyone, especially my clients, but I love bodybuilding. I love lifting, and I love seeing my team achieve and win. So it's not all about me. It's about the team and what we represent. So I'm fully it's not. For me to prep with everyone. It's going to be better for everyone and myself, I believe, because especially prepping with Sendi, I live with her.
Yeah.
So it's going to be better for her. It's going to be better for me. It's going to be because I'm going to be in that same mindset, and I can relate to you guys, especially when we're training together. And my clients are going to look to me and say, hey, he practices what he preaches.
Yeah.
He's going through it, yet he can still give back and still look after me and guide me at the same time. Wow. So I feel like it's a good thing all around, and I feel like it's gonna push me as well. Like if I was just prepping by myself, it wouldn't be as fun for me as well. But I love the gym because I love the old school way of Arnold and them, how they all used to train together, and they're all friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what I want to bring back to the gym, that vibe where we can all prep together and compete together and still be friends and have fun.
Yeah, exactly.
So
that's good.
That's what I believe. Yeah.
Okay, I've got a good one for you. And I hope I didn't just lose it. Alright, say someone's starting out wanting to become a PT. What is the best advice you could give someone that's starting their journey to become a coach or a PT?
I'm taking notes.
I think if you're starting your journey, obviously you need to put a lot of hard work in at the start. and be consistent and persistent and believe along the way and not give up, and obviously gain knowledge of other people who are where you want to be and look to them and imitate and do what they do to succeed. Because for me, I put a lot of work in at the start to build up my clients and stuff. When you get to that level, it's kind of easier because you've already built up a name, people know you, people refer you, and stuff, so then it gets easier. But I think doing comps and stuff, for me, took me to the next level because people saw that, hey, Jono competed, he did well, now we want to train with him, we look up to him for advice because he did it. He's in good shape, he's strong, or whatever it is. So if you want to get in the industry, stand out, do something different. Like Jason, obviously he's already stood out. He won a show, his first show, he's done the world titles, did really well. So obviously when he starts to be a PT, more people are going to come to him and want to train with him because he's done it. He knows how to help others.
Yeah, like you set example, don't you?
Exactly, like if you're a PT and you've never done a show, you've never done anything in the fitness industry, who's going to know about you?
Yeah.
And who is going to want to come and train with you? What makes you different?
Yeah, you've got to build up that
So
reputation.
you definitely have to build up your reputation. That's my advice.
That's good. Question. I'll give you another one then. So, from a competitor, from a first-time competitor's point of view, they're totally green to like competing and everything, but they've seen images and seen people they want to be like. What sort of advice would you? I know we've touched on different things in previous vlogs, but what would be the like 3 main pointers that you'd give people who are interested in getting into competing from a coach's point of view?
I think having a coach is very helpful, as long as they're the right coach and they really look after you and they can guide you and they have the right information. But I would also research myself, and that's what I did. Like for my first show, I was online all the time researching what you have to do, like a week out and this and that and what to do. So definitely do your own research, but still have a coach there to guide you and push you and sort of keep you on track and monitor your progress. I think that's also helpful.
With regard to a coach, would you say obviously it's beneficial to go to somebody or use a coach that's actually experienced what you're looking to do?
100%. I wouldn't have a coach that hasn't competed. I would only go with a coach that's actually done it themselves. 100%. And I would want to be prepped by someone that maybe I've seen photos of them, I'm like, yeah, that's what I want to look like. So I'm going to go to them to say, what did you do to get that result? So yeah. Also another thing, if it's your first comp, realize that you are going to push your body beyond what you have in the past. I know myself, I've been training for a few years, but when it comes to competing, you're going to take your body to the next level, and it's going to be amazing because you're actually going to feel, even though you're shredding and it may be hard, you have to stick to the diet, you're going to feel amazing, the best shape of your life. So I would recommend every workout you do, remember it and just enjoy it, and enjoy your first comp. Just enjoy it. That's probably another good. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Get as many photos as you can.
Yeah, that's one point I say. Get as many photos as you can and actually appreciate the transformation you've made along the way.
Exactly, because it's an amazing journey.
I think the stepping on the stage bit is the actual celebration of what you've actually achieved, whether you place or not. It's just
100%.
All your efforts. It's just
to tell you the truth, my first show, I didn't expect to place. When they called my name out, I was like, what, me? I was looking around, didn't know where to go, and everyone was laughing at me. I was like, even if you don't place, it's an amazing experience just to get on there.
Yeah. Just
don't have any expectations, but still try your very best.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Expect it to be fun.
Yeah.
Because it is.
Because it will be, yeah.
It will be, especially ICM.
Yeah.
I have an interesting question for you. So, there's a lot of speculation out there about cheat meals, and some people are really against it and say, no, don't have cheat meals, just, eat clean, and if you eat something healthy that's higher in calories, blah blah blah. I just want to know, what is your take on cheat meals, and what do you like? What would you tell your clients if they wanted to have a cheat meal a week?
Every week I'll catch up with my clients who are competing, and I'll say, okay, out of 100%, this week, how much do you think you stuck to your diet?
Yeah.
And some will say like 95% or 90% or whatever. And I'll say, okay, what were the meals that weren't on your plan that you had? And they'll tell me, and sometimes they'll be still clean meals or whatever, and some will say, I accidentally had a block of chocolate or whatever it is.
Whoops.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, whatever.
I just walked past the fridge and inhaled a block of chocolate.
I did that too yesterday.
But here's a good example. Like, I had one client that was, achieving amazing results week after week after week, sticking to the plan basically perfectly and training intense and getting shredded. And then this person didn't see a result 1 week, and he'd been dropping the calories and training hard, and we were like, what's going on? Like, he was saying, what's going on? And then I said, all right, this is what I want you to do. I want you to go out and have a big burger and chips and just have a big cheat meal.
Yeah.
He's like, are you serious? And I'm like, you haven't had a cheat meal in weeks, right? Like, yep. I said, go do it. So he did it, came back the next week, dropped, and had better pinches.
That's
and
insane.
he was like, what the heck?
Yeah.
This was his first show.
Yeah, yeah.
And he was amazed, but I knew it would work. Because if you are eating so clean for so long and shredding, and then all of a sudden you stagnate,
Yeah.
you need to shock the body.
Yeah.
And as soon as he did that, boom, then his metabolism kicked up, and he just was in that fat burning mode again.
I suppose
Shock the body.
It's like same with training, I guess. You plateau, don't you? It's like if you do the same thing over and over again,
Yeah.
you get muscle memory, or
Yeah.
so your body like gets used to that amount of calories, doesn't it? I guess.
Yeah.
Or eating in that style.
And most people would be interested to know that in May, for that comp in May that I did this year, I was actually having like KFC chicken tenders, even just a few weeks before comp, like just as a shock, on the weekend, boom. And it helps so much because I didn't do that in my second comp, and then I didn't shock the body enough, so it stopped responding.
I remember you both telling me actually to go and have gyros.
There you go.
And I did. And it was yummy. And they say my weight dropped again
Yeah.
in the next couple of days.
Yeah. But obviously, you're just going to have a cheat meal here and there, wherever you want.
Yeah.
It's a planned cheat meal.
Yeah.
It's a strategic cheat meal.
Yeah, it's not, I'll do that twice a week. It's not
Yeah.
that.
No, it's not that at all.
Don't do that.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
Well, I'm questioned now. What about you, Jason?
No more questions?
Go on, one more. You spoke about food, I guess, and your tips on with regard to first competition. What about training? Would you look to, what would be your process of training throughout comp prep?
Training? How many? Well,
I know it's just dependent on the actual, the person, the individual.
For training, obviously, it depends on the individual and how many weeks out you've got to prep, right? But I wouldn't do the same amount of reps and the same, sets week in, week out. Obviously, even from week to week, the reps are going to change, or the sets or the exercises. Something's got to change. The weight's got to go up, or something like that. Like, because you've got to progress. You've got to peak for a show.
Yeah.
So each week you're progressing and you're pushing your body to the next limits, right? It's strategic as well. Like, obviously, if you're like a year out, you're not going to act as if you're a week out and try and like absolutely flog and kill your body. It's not ready for it. So you've got to condition your body gradually so it's still responding week in, week out until you hit your peak for the show day. Because you could be 3% on stage, but you're not going to be 3%, for a long period of time. So you've got to get from, just say, starting at, 18% body fat, let's just say. So gradually, just say you've got, a 20-week prep maybe. So you've got to plan to be at a certain body fat percentage week after week until you hit your goal. So obviously, if 1 week it's not working, you need to either think about, am I doing enough reps? Am I pushing my body? Do I need to add in some cardio or a HIIT workout or something different to shock the body so I'm seeing the results?
Yeah.
I think the main thing for me is shock the body so it responds. If you're stagnating, if you're not progressing, something's got to change. That's my mindset when I sit down with my clients. If they don't see results, we got to change the plan.
Yeah.
We got to shock the body. That's why it's so important to monitor.
I was going to say, and you try and monitor that.
And it is tailored to each person, because some people will respond better than others.
Yeah.
I've found. I could give you a plan, and I could be on the same plan as you, and you could respond way better. And I'm like, what's going on? I'm doing the same thing as you, Jason. How come I'm not dropping like you?
Yeah, yeah.
So, I think the training, it's very individual. And sometimes you've got to start them on a plan, and then just trial it for a week.
Yeah.
And if they don't respond, obviously change the plan. So I think most of the time, sometimes it's in the beginning, you can predict sort of, you look at them and go, well, how have you been training? So then you create the plan for them and let them go ahead and do it. And then come back a week later and say, okay, this is what we need to do for the second week.
Yeah.
And so on.
Okay.
So I don't think, there's so many different methods and plans out there. Bodybuilding has a lot to do with experimenting, right? You've got to know your body.
Yeah. How it responds.
And how it responds
best. Yeah.
And I think, always, having a coach is great, and I recommend it. But also, learn about your own body. Sendi is a great example of someone who knows her body really well and knows what food she has to have, especially on comp day. We'll give her brown rice cakes and white potato to try and carb her up, and she doesn't even get pumped. So she has to have Macca's chips and cookies and whatever else you have to have to even get a pump on. And you're so shredded.
It does not work for me.
Whereas Jason, you'll have
a rice cake
and some honey, and you'll be right.
I'm sitting there like, what am I doing differently? Yeah.
So I think over time, if you're a coach like myself, you've got to build that relationship with your clients and get to know them, get to know their body. And it's not just about sitting down with them for half an hour and saying, all right, see you next week.
Yeah.
There's a bit more to it, I believe. We see each other maybe, 2 or 3 times a week at least.
Yeah.
And so I just believe in, if you're a coach, be involved in your clients' lives, because it's more than just being a comp prep coach. It's family, really.
Yeah,
to me it is, because
it's also, I guess it's also getting, what I found is getting the client's input as well.
Yeah.
From, we bounce off each other and say you ask how they're feeling and.
Yeah, and that's another thing. I think a lot of comp prep coaches out there should be open-minded and listen to their clients' feedback, and don't just keep telling. You need to listen so that you can tailor make their program to suit their lifestyle and what they're going through as well. Because they could be going through stress. Who knows? You need to get to know your client on a deeper level than just how many reps did you do this week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I believe, and I think that's going to make you a good coach.
Yeah, that's fine.
No more questions?